Hi guys, Neaura Nightsong here for another video. Today I just want to answer a question. It is a question that has been posed to me in different ways at different times a lot throughout the past several years. And it's come up the more recently for me, which is why do I tell people that I'm trans and why do I put it so much forward, like online and offline? Especially online. Why do I tell everyone that I'm trans? Why am I vocal about it? Why am I not just, living my life? Which is a very good question. Um, People who I would call haters, not nice people, people who come and leave nasty comments would say, um, well, it's not like you have a choice of people knowing that you're trans, because they'll say like, "Oh, you're ugly," or "Oh, you can tell by your voice," or this or that, and that's fine. They think that, but in my life, I've found that generally I can just go about my life, and the fact that I'm trans doesn't have a big impact in my life anymore. I don't feel like it does. I don't feel like I get identified as trans much, and and anyone meaningful in my life, I tell them right up front, and the people who don't mind are the ones who stick around. So it doesn't impact me anymore that much, and I don't see a lot of transphobia except like on my social media stuff like YouTube. I get some troll comments and stuff like that, but that's really it. um so it raises the question, why tell people then? Why don't I just enjoy my life? Um, you know, I think that that's okay. I think it's perfectly okay to do that. And if I were to do that, I think that that would be okay. I don't think I'd be doing anything wrong. And I don't think that anyone who does do that to live stealth, as they say, I don't think anyone who does that is wrong. I think it is your right to do that. And you deserve to do that. You deserve to live your life and be the best you that you can be, and be happy. You deserve it. But that's not currently what I want to do with my life. I had a really hard time when I transitioned. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know what trans people were until like right before I came out. Like I didn't know this stuff. I couldn't it was like the Wild West, and like getting medical care for being trans and like starting my transition, it was like doctors just told me I should move. That I should move to a city where there's more trans people because there might be better healthcare there. Literally, they were like, you should probably leave town. Like, so I didn't have all the support and all the information, all the answers and stuff. I had to like figure a lot of this stuff out and like make up solutions that worked for me and like work my way around things. It was rough. And I don't want other people to have to go through that. I don't want other people to not know like, oh, how do I get HRT? How do I get ready for surgery, or you know how uh how do I do this? How am I going to do my makeup, and or how am I going to get rid of the hair on my face, or how, all of these things that you're wondering, how do I date as a trans person? How do, you won't just be left bewildered with no answers like I felt. You will have a lot of people sharing their stories and their experience and their wisdom and their knowledge, and creating this big database of support and advice and information and guidance that exists here on the internet today. And I enjoy adding my voice to that collective and sharing my experiences and the things that I've learned and the things that I can say that might be helpful to another person. And I think there's value in that, and I think it's important. And I feel like I have a duty to a certain extent because I can live my life in relative peace. I don't have to face a lot of transphobia. I don't have to face a lot of discrimination for my gender. I don't have to deal with a lot of the terrible, terrible things that a lot of trans people all around the world are having to deal with. So, since I can live my life of relative peace in that department, um, I think that I should use the talents and the skills and the knowledge that I have, try to help um the lives of other trans people, whether it's by um educating with the general public and teaching guys and girls, cis people, things about trans people so that you can be more comfortable around us, so that you can know uh the things that you wonder and not have to wonder them anymore. Because then you won't have to tiptoe around. A lot of people feel like nervous because they just don't know. They're like, how am I gonna have sex, or how do we do this, or how do I talk to her about that, or whatever. You wonder these things, and if you're given the answers, then you don't have to worry about it anymore. And then when you approach that situation, you're prepared and it goes great. So I think there's a value in that, to cis people and to trans people who can get the information before they start their transition or while they're going through it, and hear from other people who've been through those processes, see how it was for them, see what their experiences were like, and be prepared and learn and be aware. And I think it's all very beautiful. So how could I turn my back on that? How could I say no, I'm not going to share that. I'm not going to be vocal about that. I'm going to just enjoy my life and not try and help anyone, and not try and change the future at all in any way. I don't think it's wrong for other people to make that choice, but for me, I feel like that would be selfish, and that's not the person that I want to be, at least not right now. Maybe I'll decide that in the future. Maybe in a few years I'll say, "Hey, I don't want to do any more trans stuff. I don't want to do any more activism on that or whatever." Um it could happen. I'm not going to say that I'll never do it, but right now and for the past 5 years, I'm putting in my time. I'm lending my skills to the cause. I'm doing what I can where I can. And for the foreseeable future, I plan to continue that. Um I don't know I don't know what you can get out of me saying that. That is just my thoughts on the subject. And I think wherever you stand, if you're maybe a trans person watching this and you're deciding how you want to live your life, I think both options are as valid as the other, as well as everything in between. You choose what's comfortable for you. And no matter what you do, it's already okay, because you've already had to go through so much. You've already had to go through so much, and you have so much ahead of you that you have to go through. Just getting through that, the process of being trans, the process of coming out, the process of transitioning, just doing that is already such a courageous and impressive hurdle. It's such a brave and big thing to do. Just doing that, you're already inspiring other people. You're you're already taking control of your life. You're already doing a lot of great things. You don't owe your life to dedicate to this cause of, this vague abstract idea. You don't have any obligation to do that. You're already doing so much. So I don't want to make it sound like there's some pressure or that we have an obligation or anything like that. Whatever option that is comfortable for you is the right option. There is no wrong path to take. I'm simply saying this is the one that I happen to end up on, and for the time being, I'm happy with it. So, um, I hope at least that was an interesting topic to dive into a little bit. I hope that you got something out of that. If there's anything that you want to ask me or anything that you want me to talk about in an upcoming video, be sure to let me know. Additionally, my homepage, Neaura.net, www.neaura.net, has links to all the different stuff that I'm up to online. I encourage you to check that out. I've got a lot of cool stuff. I'd love for you to be a part of it. Neaura.net is the place. Thank you so much, guys, and I will talk to you guys again real soon.